Your mother is. You're not making sure they eat. Your mother is. You're not paying child support. And you don't even have employment. So you are an adult
Loser.
to be living with your mom. You're not paying to stay there. And you're just eating up all the food. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We would just pray that the court follow the plea agreement. We would also ask the court to give consideration to possibly probating a portion of the fine.
All right. So how old are you?
Going to be 32 in October.
Do you have any children?
4 of them at home.
What are their ages?
One, my oldest is going to be 14, 12, 10, and 8. All from the same mama.
All right. And who is Jamecia?
Jimmy, Juanita.
No, it's Jameiccia. Jamecia Asina Marie Mays. Who is that?
Oh, that was the driver of the who got arrested that day.
Female?
Yes, ma'am.
Not the mother of your children?
No, ma'am. I was in the backseat.
I'm sorry, what?
I was in the backseat and she had her boyfriend.
All right. And who is Claudio Mesa?
That would be her boyfriend.
All right. How do you know them?
I know them from a mutual friend,
Who's the mutual friend?
Yvette.
Yvette who?
Yeah, it went in. Yvette, she's an older lady, and I met her.
So you don't know her last name?
No, ma'am, I do not.
How would you feel if your children were hanging out with people and they don't even know their full name?
Wouldn't feel right at all.
Mm-hmm. And so were your children when you were picking up this case?
They were with their mother
When's the last time you saw them?
before I got arrested. May 13th is when.
Do you pay child support?
No, ma'am, they all live with me.
I'm sorry, what?
They all live with me. For the past 7 years, they've been with me.
All right. And what's up with all the tattoos?
Free time. This is my mother's name on my right eye.
Okay.
And this is space, planets, stars, moon.
All right. And what's on your neck?
Right here, this is a steer. I'm a ranch hand. I was born and raised. This is ha ha ha.
Okay. What is ha ha ha?
Joker, Batman.
Okay. And underneath the ha ha ha?
Southwest is where I reside, southwest side of San Antonio. I'm a dragon, Southwest High School.
All right. So why do you need to put Southwest on the side of your neck?
It was one of those free times I didn't have my kids. And
When's the last time you were employed?
I was recently employed at Southern Tire Mart before I got let go.
I'm sorry, you was employed what?
By Southern Tire Mart before I got let go. It was before December.
All right. What are you saying? By whom?
By Southern Tire Mart.
Southern
Tire Mart.
Tire Mart.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Off of I-10 and Foster.
All right. All right. So how often have you been using meth?
Really, I just use it when it's there. I mean, people I hang around with, but me purchasing it, no, ma'am, I don't.
All right. I've never heard of people giving free meth unless they give it to you on the first time. Usually with marijuana, you can understand people are puff, puff, pass. But with meth, I've never heard of people doing the puff, puff, pass unless you're paying.
I mean, I just moved back to the neighborhood and kind of fell with the wrong crowd again.
All right. People will say that you're the wrong crowd.
Maybe.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's to be restitution, if any, to SAPD. There's to be no contact with the following persons. Jamecia, Jameiccia, Asina, Essina, Marie Mays, Mays, Claudio Mesa, Meza, any person by the name of Yvette. So if you meet the love of your life and it turns out to be somebody named Yvette, while you're on this probation, you can't have contact with her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to want a gang evaluation. There's to be 180 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
Up to the ninth grade.
Why did you drop out?
I wanted to get my own personal things, my own car, my own place, and really I dropped out before I even knew I was gonna have a kid.
All right. So has Child Protective Services ever been involved in your life?
No, ma'am, they have not.
All right. I'm going to want parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, then 80 hours of the community service restitution will be deemed satisfied. You are either going to get your GED or you're going to go into somebody's trade school. And once that's completed, the remaining of the community service hours will be deemed satisfied.
I actually have a GED from the San Marquis.
All right. So he'll need to be in a trade school. He says he has his GED. Make sure he has that. If he has his GED, then you need to go to somebody's trade school so that you can start being able to pay child support. And I'm going to tell you why I say pay child support in just a moment. So there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Does he have any prior history?
Your Honor, I don't want to tell the court anything wrong. I believe he does have some, but I don't know that whether or not there's any felony convictions.
All right. There's going to be a TAP evaluation in custody.
That's it.
Follow recommendations of TAP. And we can do a felony drug court referral in custody. They're probably not going to accept him, though. There's to be no contact. I'm sorry. What's the mother of your children's name?
Desiree Luna.
I'm sorry, what?
Desiree Luna.
Desiree Luna?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And you're not allowed to reside in any household with minors.
Okay, so for instance, my kids that live with my mom, well, I recently moved back to my mom's and my kids are at my mom's.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't live there.
Okay,
You don't need to be around any minors right now.
okay.
And so let me ask you this. You say your children are now living with your mother.
Well, since I've been here.
All right. So where is Desiree?
She has her own family. She has her own kid. I mean, they go back and forth weekends. And
All right. There's something weird going on here. So he's not allowed to reside in any household with minors. There's going to be CPS compliance, if applicable. I'm going to want field visits until further notice. If he is under gang evaluation, of course, they'll handle the field visits. There's going to be proof of employment. And he is to remain in custody for the TAP evaluation, the felony drug court evaluation, and the gang evaluation. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
no, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes.
just for clarification, saying that he can't, the children were living with him, and my understanding is that the mother of the children was not. Is that accurate?
Yes,
So the court had previously said that they didn't want any unsupervised visitation, which should not be an issue because your mother is where they are at this time.
yes.
Yes.
But in an effort to avoid homelessness at this time, is it okay for him to live there, but no unsupervised, no unsupervised contact with the children, any minors, including his own?
No, I'm not going to allow that.
So,
And let me explain to you why. Some people think, why is she doing that? So here's the problem. You are involved with people who you say are part of the bad crowd. This is a possession with intent to deliver drugs, which means the state has alleged that people were selling drugs. You're in a vehicle with two people that you sort of have a relationship, but not really, because you're saying you met them through somebody named Yvette. This is what I assume about people who are in the business of selling drugs. One or two things end up happening. And I'm sure you watched Scarface. Either you start using your own product, which you just told me that you use meth. The state is alleging that you're selling meth. So you've already started using your own product. Two, once you start using your own product, you're not thinking clearly. Once you sell, you're not thinking clearly. Number two, you're meeting these random people And when you meet random people, those random people bleed over into your personal life. Your children are a part of your personal life. You may end up going to prison. That means that the police may end up raiding your house, hopefully with a search warrant, or for exigent circumstances with your children in the household. The last thing your children and your mom need is the police maybe knocking in the door, looking for you, or either these random people that you don't know looking for you because you've been using product that you're supposed to be selling. Either way, it's not good for your children and it's not good for your mom to bring that to her doorstep. She has taken on raising 4 children that you and this random person you decide to be the mother of your children, Desiree Luna, who's not even taking care of those children. Your mother is. You're not paying child support. Your mother is. You're not making sure they eat. Your mother is. And you don't even have employment. So you are an adult who's going to be living with your mom. You're not paying to stay there, and you're just eating up all the food. So that is why you're going to get a place to stay, and they can see about lifetime recovery for you or haven for hope. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I know you probably think I'm being hard on you. Who does she think she is? That's okay that you're thinking that. But at the end of the day, where you are now in your life, hopefully this won't be all there is to you. There's still a chance for you to do better things. But if you decide you want to live a certain lifestyle, which is outside the bounds of the law, if you want to continue to use drugs, if that's something you want to do, don't bring all of that trauma to your mom's doorstep when she is just trying to take care of your children that you're supposed to be taking care of. You understand?
I respect for you. Yes, ma'am.
All right. And when you have some extra money, guess what? Send it in the mail to your mom so she can get, clothing for your children and help feed them. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And then once you're clean and sober, if you come back to me and you prove to me you're clean and sober and you got your life together, I will lift that order and you will be able to have visitation with your children.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. It's up to you whether
Yes, ma'am.
you want to do it. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Sure.